106.7 KCAL rocks. It is your Thursday time to talk some sports with our guy, Pep. Pep, what's going on?
Yo, good morning, Patrick. What is cracking out there? Hey, we are getting so close now to the NFL season and the start of NFL training camps. A couple of my favorite headlines going into the season, we haven't even got started yet, is, of course, Aaron Rodgers and Hard Knocks is going to be all over the Jets this year. What is he going to do with the Jets? Are the Jets really a Super Bowl contender? And the other big story, too, Patrick, is, we were just talking the other day about running backs, right? There's a short shelf life for running backs in the NFL. You've got maybe 3, 4, 5 years, that window to have a really good productive running back. And Saquon Barkley of the Giants is saying he might sit out the entire season. And the Giants were actually pretty good last year. So that could be a huge headline. And at least for me, who's going to be the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers? Will Brock Purdy be ready? Is it going to be the old USC quarterback Sam Darnold in there? I don't know if you have a favorite headline, Patrick, but those are some of the ones jumping out at me as we get to the eve now of NFL training camps.
Those are all the headlines right now. Saquon Barkley getting sucked into the devaluing of the running back. My goodness, man, you've got to get that contract. I think Ezekiel Elliott killed a lot of it because he got that big fat contract and then turned into nothing. So that's why, teams don't want to do that anymore. And then I'm with you on the Hard Knocks, already hearing that they're trying to limit access. They don't want to do the cut day thing. So, that could be trouble with the Jets. There's already drama there. I guess maybe that's helping Hard Knocks. You know what I don't really understand is I get not wanting to be on Hard Knocks, but they're basically getting followed by film crews all the time anyway. It's no different. I heard from being a reporter, I have a friend who's a Seahawks reporter, that it looks no different when Hard Knocks is there as to when they're not there. It's a few more cameras, but basically it's already happening.
Yeah, and listen, these guys are playing on NFL teams. There's media around. There's questions. There's cameras. You're almost immune to it at some point. Like, okay, yeah, you probably don't even notice them. It's just part of the gig. You roll into practice. There's cameras there waiting for you. Not a big deal. But now you've got Aaron Rodgers on the team, who's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. I don't know if that's, you're going to level up a little bit because you got Aaron Rodgers there. But yeah, I don't know if it's a huge deal, but the Jets are being very protective of the kind of access that we're going to get this year. So, and, on top of that, have you been watching that show, Quarterbacks? Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and Marcus Mariota?
So good.
Yeah, I love that stuff, going behind the scenes, pulling the curtain back a little bit. And they're all, the three quarterbacks involved, they're all in different spots in their career and how their teams are doing. Of course, Mahomes, a Super Bowl champion, Kirk Cousins, great quarterback, but can't seem to do it in the playoffs. And Marcus Mariota, a guy who's bouncing around. In fact, I think he's a backup now with the Eagles, if I remember correctly right now. So, yeah, it's a cool show to see behind the scenes.
Yes, they grabbed great levels of the quarterback, the struggling QB, the journeyman QB, the supposed to be a lot better QB, and then the star.
Yeah. No, they did it right. They picked three quarterbacks at different phases right now in their NFL careers. So you can tell I'm getting ready for football. I can't wait, man. The NFL season's right around the corner. So is college football. In fact, tomorrow, Patrick, will be Pac-12 Football Media Day in Las Vegas. I'm assuming USC will be the preseason favorite to win the conference. And for the Trojans, they're going to score a lot of points. We saw them do it last year. Heisman Trophy winning quarterback Caleb Williams is back. But can they play defense? You got to play some defense if you're going to be competitive. You might win a lot of games, but if you want to win a championship, you got to play defense too, Patrick.
Very true. They're ready to get in their shootout, and then hopefully they can tighten up the D a little bit.
Yes.
But, God, we can score more than you. I feel you.
Yeah, just a little bit. You need to make a couple stops here and there. You don't have to be locked down all the time, but a couple stops to help out that offense. The other big news for Pac-12 Football Media Day is Neon Deion Sanders, primetime, will not be there. He's dealing with some blood clot issues. He's actually going to have surgery scheduled for later today, so he's not going to be there on Friday for the Colorado Buffaloes, which he probably would have been the story had he been at Pac-12 Football Media Day.
It's his foot, if you didn't know. I believe he had to have 2 toes amputated. Very gnarly, man. He's not really able to wear shoes.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, they said, and they said that if he didn't take care of it, this could be escalating to a even bigger problem. But he says with this surgery, he's sad to miss Pac-12 Football Media Day, but he'll be there for the start of the season. He's going to run the team out onto the field, so it looks like the long-term prognosis is good for prime time.
A lot of attention coming to the Pac-12.
Yeah. USC's good. You got prime time. I mean, yes, Pac-12 football is going to get a lot of attention, I think, this upcoming season. Patrick, let's talk a little baseball. Speaking of getting attention, the Angels finally woke up. They swept the last place New York Yankees. They won last night 7-3. So the Angels are actually over the 500 mark right now on the season. They're 49-48. So maybe there's still time left for the Halos to put it together, even with Mike Trout, out with the injury. The Yankees, they're the whole American League East is over 500 as well. It's a good division for baseball. But the Yankees are in last place right now with that gigantic payroll.
Yeah, without Aaron Judge, basically their whole offense, they've been struggling.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of Aaron Judge, this is cool. So Aaron Judge, remember last season, broke the American League record for home runs in a single season. He broke Roger Maris's mark of 61. Judge went for 62. Judge said he hopes Shohei Ohtani breaks his record. So Ohtani would have to get to 63 this year. He's got 35 right now. So if you do the math, he's on pace to hit 60 home runs this season. So Ohtani is, pun intended, in the ballpark to break that home run record. Patrick, he could do it, man. He's got to swing a hot bat, though, for the Halos.
It's been very hot so far, man. Wow.
Yeah, he's been unbelievable. So it'd be a lot of fun, especially if the Angels are out of the playoff contention, last month of the season. It'd be fun to see him going for the home run record in the American League if it pans out that way. But, he's got a long ways to go, but he's on pace if he can keep it up. So
definitely.
And the Dodgers, too. The Dodgers, they lost to the Orioles last night 8-5. But the Orioles, Patrick, sneaky good. They have surpassed Tampa Bay as the first place team in the American League East. So we talk about the Orioles, and for so long they've just kind of been a doormat in their division and in baseball. But when you talk about a Dodgers-Orioles matchup, I was thinking, I don't know, man, that could be the World Series matchup if we don't watch out.
Yeah, the Orioles are a really good team.
Yeah, and the Orioles are going to play Tampa Bay beginning tonight, so that's actually kind of a big baseball series for first place in the AL East. And finally on this morning, Patrick, in fact, a lot of guys are already done because we're talking about the Open, the British Open across the pond with our smug little smiles right now. Yes. So they're already, a lot of guys are already in the clubhouse with their first round of the Open already in the books. Ricky Fowler, the pride of Murrieta, in the hunt, only a couple strokes off the lead. So hopefully he gets it done. He's actually played pretty good golf the last couple of weeks and months. So hopefully Ricky Fowler can get that major. But first round action over there across the pond. So if you're just waking up this morning, some of these guys are already done.
That's right. Don't miss out on the Open.
The Open. Get your tea and crumpets and enjoy the Open.
Go, Ricky, man, the IE's very own and our very own guy, Mr. Pep, also an IE bred and born guy, man. Tell him how to get your stuff, Pep.
Love it, Patrick. You can get my stuff all over Inland Sports, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We got the Inland Sports YouTube channel. You can go over that at your leisure and check it out. That is Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep.